everyone. Welcome back to the Astral Thoughts podcast. On today's podcast episode, I will be talking about two astral projection experiences I experienced about a week ago. I meant to share it on the last podcast, but I said, I'll just save it for the next one. And while I was saving it, another one happened. So I just decided to put them together. And after I talk about one of the experiences, I'll kind of share my idea or theory on it as well. So I'll just dive right in and hope you guys enjoy. So this first experience comes with, I guess it happened because of how things are currently going in my life. So our daughter recently just got her own bed in her bedroom. And with that, now she sleeps by herself. Well, not the whole night, but she sleeps mostly by herself. So what she likes though, she wants me to sleep with her in her bed, and when she falls asleep, I'll go back into my bedroom with and sleep with like my wife and our newborn. And so my daughter will end up calling my name or calling for me in the middle of the night, and I'm going back to her. So what had happened one night, I was sleeping in bed, and my daughter called for me. So I get up maybe around 1 or 2 a.m., and I go lay down in the bed with my daughter, and she falls back asleep. And so once she falls back asleep, it takes maybe about 15 minutes, so I head back to my room. And while I'm laying in bed, I just decide, you know what, I'm just going to I guess just monitor how I fall asleep. Basically, essentially just meditating. So I did that for maybe about 10 minutes. And within that time period, I start to experience sleep paralysis. And as soon as I experience it, I tell myself, I was like, you know what? Let's just go with it. Let's try to have an experience. So I'm in sleep paralysis. I feel the vibrations, and I'm trying to make an exit out of my body, but I'm stuck. And as soon as I'm stuck, the first thing that comes to my mind is to relax and kind of just not meditate, but to kind of just try to calm myself even more. So I kind of just calm myself even more, focus on my breathing, and just relax and just wait a bit. And so I think, I don't know how much time went by, but maybe say I waited about 5 more seconds, 5 to 10 more seconds. After that time went by, I decided to make another exit. So as soon as I made an exit, the first thing that came to my mind was to check on my daughter. And this is about the second night my daughter has slept in the room by herself. Obviously my wife and I are kind of, paranoid and just worried about her. So I remember while I was laying in bed before sleep paralysis, I kind of say, if I exit my body, the first thing I'm going to do is check on my daughter. So once the time came and I exited my body, as soon as I exited my body, the first thing I do is I race to my daughter's bedroom, and I check on her. I see that she's sleeping in bed. I said, okay, nice, she's sleeping. And then instantly I just race downstairs. And for some reason, I don't know why, but when I exit my body, the first thing I want to do is like leave the house. I'm not sure why, but that's like my first instinct. So I ended up racing down the stairs, and as soon as I reach downstairs, I reach the front door. The first thing that pops in my mind is my last two astral projection experiences, where I remember the first one where I was stuck. I couldn't get through the door. I couldn't figure out how to leave the house, and so that came in my mind. And then the other thing that came to my mind was the other astral projection experience that I experienced, which is where I finally made it through the door somehow. So, and this one now, I'm at the door, and I just remember putting my hand to the door, trying to see if I can put it through, and it just wouldn't work. And I immediately just kind of put the intention in my mind that I want to go through. And it's like, you have to do a combination of strong intention or will. I'm not sure which word best describes it, but I kind of feel like it's both of them. So if you want to go through some type of wall or something, you have to first put the intention, what you're trying to do, and you have to have that willpower of, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. it's kind of weird to say, but it makes better sense when you're actually in that astral realm of how to do it. And it's like a weird thing to try to describe um, of how to, I don't know, I guess go through a wall. It's kind of like trying to explain to someone how to open a door. So I guess if you want to tell someone how to go through a wall in the astral realm, the only way or a way to kind of make it similar is to say if you want to open up that door, you first have to, I guess, have the intention, put that intention in your mind that you want to do it, and then you have to have that willpower of actually physically doing it. I guess that's the only way to put it. But so I put I put that intention in my mind, and then I had that willpower, and I had this really strong willpower, I guess. So like I remember just kind of tumbling through the door, and I made it through. So I raced through the door, and then I remember just approaching to like the end of the street, and I can't really remember my experience after that for some reason. It's kind of like I just blacked out, and I remember I ended up in a dream after that. So my theory or thought on this is that after that experience, I think I went into like a dream-like state, and that's when I actually had my dreams. So that's why I kind of feel like, and I've said it before, I think that we all astral project. We all astral project every night, or we all have some type of dream every night where we're astral projecting. So that's why I think dreams and astral projection are the same. That's why I don't really have recollections of my dream after that point, but I do have a vivid memory of that astral projection experience that I had. So I don't know what you guys think, but that's my thought. But I can't. I don't really remember the dream as well. I just remember having like a vague memory of it. But I just found it funny how that I had an astral projection experience first, and then went into a dream. So I think like as you become unconscious in your astral projection experience, or once you become unconscious in the astral realm, I think you immediately go into some type of dream state where you're probably still in the astral realm, or you're in some type of other realm where you're just creating things in your subconscious mind. So that was a very cool experience. Um, and then the next one was kind of weird and trippy. Um, so it was the same kind of thing, I was in my bed, and my daughter called for me, so I ended up going to her room, and I laid in bed, and I remember just laying there, and I was gonna go up and get up and go back to my room, but I just kind of thought, she's probably gonna call me again, and I'm gonna have to get up a second or third time in the night. So I said, you know what, let me just stay in her room and sleep in her bed. So I'm laying there in my daughter's bed, and I remember just kind of meditating, um, just watching my breath work and all that, and I experienced sleep paralysis. And while I'm experiencing the sleep paralysis, I'm trying to exit out of my body, and same thing, I'm stuck. I always make the mistake of trying to exit too quickly. And for some reason, I didn't exit. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I entered the astral realm or if I entered a dream. But all I can remember is I remember seeing like a really bright white light while I'm in sleep paralysis. It was a really bright white light. And I'm trying to open my eyes and see what's going on, and I can't. And I can kind of see it, but everything seems foggy. Out of nowhere, I just kind of appear in like a building, or like a mall or something, some type of building. And I remember there's a woman walking past me, and the woman had kind of like dirty blonde hair, blue eyes, and I recognized her right away in that dream state or astral realm or wherever I was. I recognized her right away, and I knew where she was from. And where she's from, I guess, kind of not. It didn't spook me, but it's like after I woke up. So the woman or the girl that I saw, I knew her from school, and she had passed away. About she passed away 11 years ago in a car accident, I believe. And I was never friends with her, but I was friends with her younger sister because her younger sister and I were in the same grade. Um, so Yes, but in the dream, we walked past each other. We just took a quick glance at each other, as we walked past each other, and that was it. But like we made eye contact, and it was nothing weird. But I didn't think anything of it. So I woke up from that experience, and about, I'd say, an hour later, I'm just going about, my morning, and I'm on my phone, and I see the younger sister that I was friends with, and she posted on her social media account saying, it's the 11th anniversary of her passing, of her sister passing, the one that I saw in the dream, and I just thought it was just so odd. I don't know what was up with that connection. I don't know why we crossed paths in that realm or in that dream, but it was very interesting. What are the odds that I'd have that dream or that astral projection experience, and on that day or the night of the anniversary of her passing away? And it's weird just because, like I said, I wasn't friends with the older sister that passed away. Um, I was friends with the younger sister. I don't think I ever had any interactions with the older sister, but the fact that I saw her in that experience, I just don't know what to really do with it, to be honest. But I think it just kind of shows that, I guess, um, I don't know, like this, sometimes people or spirits energy are more open, or whatever. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure out why I saw her. But yeah, those were my two experiences, guys. I'm gonna try to have some more experiences, maybe later this weekend or whenever I have the chance. But most likely anywhere from Thursday to Sunday. So if I have any experiences, I'll make sure to upload them. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any comments or questions or anything at all, please just comment below. But thank you guys. Hope you have a great day and enjoy. Bye.